Hi, my name is Carmen Drum, a mental health provider and the student wellness coordinator for OU HSC. Discomfort from stress, anger, grief can present itself in several ways. Maybe that's with an increased heart rate, shallow and rapid breathing, tension, sweating, maybe even numbness. Relaxation techniques are helpful ways to intentionally slow down those autonomic responses that we're having to negative stimuli. And it's helpful to know that our body's sympathetic nervous system reacts to any stimuli that could be interpreted as threatening as a primitive protection to ourselves and to help us decide quickly if we need to fight, flight, or freeze. Relaxation techniques are skills that can intentionally engage our parasympathetic nervous system to slow those responses down and help us make decisions from a state that's not so emotionally heightened. It's helpful to know that these skills are not going to act as a light switch that just turns off the discomfort that's brought on by that stress or anxiety, grief, or anger. Instead, these skills are going to act as a dimmer that decreases the intensity of those symptoms so that we can make the decisions that we want to make for ourselves. Deep breathing is a really common relaxation technique. And in deep breathing, what we want to do is breathe from our diaphragm instead of from our chest. When we're anxious or stressed and we are practicing that shallow, rapid breathing, it's right in here and you can feel it. This does not help our body calm and relax. So when we practice deep breathing, we're wanting to take it all the way to our stomach. Sometimes it's called belly breathing. If you place your hand atop your stomach, you should be able to feel it rise and fall when you're deep breathing. And it doesn't have to be in through the nose, out through the mouth, or in through the mouth, out through the nose. Really, it's whatever's more comfortable for you. The trick is that it's slow and it is in a rhythm. I like to teach my clients to breathe in for a count that is comfortable. Perhaps that's breathing in for 4 seconds, holding for 1 or 2, and exhaling for 6 seconds. Again, the timing of it isn't really what's important. What's important is that exhale is longer than the inhale. And that allows our body to take its time to flush out the cortisol and the adrenaline that is giving us some of those symptoms that are so uncomfortable. Another style of relaxation techniques is visualization. And with visualization, you're imagining something, being somewhere, or experiencing something that is calming to you. And the trick is to visualize that with as much detail as you can. Closing your eyes is often helpful, but for others, they choose instead to have their eyes open. And it's trying to remember every detail of it like you're reliving it right now. The way that it feels, the way that it smells, the way that it moves, whatever that is, whether it's the way the trees blow in the wind at your favorite location, or perhaps it's the way your favorite dish looks when it's served to you in an environment that is comforting to you, and the way it tastes as you're enjoying it. These visualizations, this detail forces us to focus on what it is that's calming to us about those experiences, and hopefully helps us to breathe again deeply and to recenter ourselves so that we can make judgments and decisions for ourselves, how we want to respond to that negative stimuli. And then another example of relaxation techniques would be grounding. Grounding can be done several different ways. There's a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique where you go through your senses. What are 5 things I can see? 4 things that I can feel, 3 things that I can hear, 2 things that I can smell, and 1 thing that I can taste. And again, using detail through each one of those questions that you're asking yourself. This practice causes you to focus on the present moment instead of on whatever negative stimuli or future event you may be worrying about. Another way of doing grounding is focusing on maybe counting backwards from 100 to 0 by 7. Or it's categorizing different types of things. What are things that may fall into a category of animals and listing that? What would be a category, maybe another category of interest could be music, a vinyl collection that you have, etc. Anything that requires you to really focus on the details of something and not on the stimuli that maybe is being interpreted as threatening. Hopefully these techniques will prove to be calming to you in a stressful time. And we'll post some resources available to you to help elaborate on the details of those so that you can practice them on your own. Thank you for watching.